more blend than that. I'm going to go up, and I'm not trying, because it's a faux hawk, I'm not trying to have too much of a weight line at all at this point. I actually want to bring this weight line as close to the head as possible, so then I can start my triangular feel. I don't want to have bulk coming out here. It's too bulky, then I have to try to make that triangular. It's not going to look right. So going nice and close to the head. Again, you could clipper all the way up if you wanted to. Maybe I'll do that on the opposite side, show you guys both ways. Key thing with scissor over comb is to really just keep the one blade up against the bone of the comb. So just like that, and then you close down. Here, bone of the comb, work through it. It's always good to look at somebody straight on in the mirror so you can see the balance of the vertical line. So as I'm looking here, kind of see where that little edge is.
Đăng ký học chứng khoán online tại nhà ngay. Bạn được gì khi tham gia? Vừa được học vừa được tặng quà khủng. Tặng ngay cho bộ 6 ebook của tài liệu. Được học một kèm một cùng chuyên gia. Đăng ký ngay nhé. Số lượng có hạn.
And then I'm going to go and I'm going to do clipper work over here. Best thing to do, in my opinion, for clipper work, I'm going to grab my 3 guard and I'm going to do it fully open right now. Actually, I'm going to go 4 guard to get the bulk out, and then I'll go 3 guard probably to take it down. Watch kind of how the movement works with this clipper guard. So as I go up the head, so I work up the head like this, I follow the head shape, and then I continue following around. I come up and through. So the flick of the wrist is also kind of an up and through. So at that top point, even when I'm here, come up, and I let that hair kind of just fall into the clipper. Now, for like a lot of people, you could just be like, all right, I'm good with that clipper over comb or that clipper work. For me, I'm a much more of a scissor kind of guy. I use the clipper to do things quickly, but I like the control I have with my scissor, and it's less bulky for me working around things. So I fly through with the clipper, but then I'll always go in and do a little extra detail work, scissor over comb. So right here, if I just wanted to shift that line a little bit, I go in there and cut. Now I'm gonna let this top out, only because, not because I'm going to start cutting it right away, but kind of want to see how it's all fallen together. Now we got our length front, we've got texture and length in the back that we haven't cut yet. This is my clipper side. See, I brought a little bit extra weight, scissor over comb, to bring it a little closer. So now, wet down the top and the back. We'll start in the back and then we'll work our way towards the front. I'm going to change up my comb. So now I'm going to go with my 334 comb. And I'll separate front and back. That. And basically what I'm going to do to cut this faux hawk is I'm going to start by creating a guide right here, going short to long, and I'm going to start bringing everything over to that point. I'm going to travel a little bit towards the beginning, and when I get about midway between center back and behind the ear, I'm going to stop and I'm going to start over directing to the center. The reason I do that is because I want to start building up weight in the back crown, but I don't want to build up too much weight. That's kind of why I'm going to make my shift. Here, pivoting sections through the back. Not going to create any disconnections, so I've got my guideline right there. Now a key move would be to kind of start point cutting from that short point to the long. I gotta get in your way. Now I pivot. This new section is going to go halfway through the previous. Come over here. Now I'm going to stand in front of the client at this point. So here we go again, it's no surprise. Slight, gradual, kind of round line coming back, and then it pushes quickly to this very center back. So now the very center of this section is the longest point. So when you look at it, it can start to give us this kind of mohawk feel in the back from a short to long point. But I can just take this little point and cut in just to blend it a little bit more so it's not disconnected. It doesn't look like a tail. Blend those together. Now we're going to go into the front. Triangular shape on the top. I'm going to take center parting just like this, and we're going to start by cutting the right side. Our guide is going to come from this back point we cut prior, so just like this. Bring it back to that back point, and I'm going to cut short to long, longest part being in the center. Opposite side, just pulling up some of this hair. What I want to do is I want to create a little extra pop of texture in this cut. So I like to take diagonal partings, stick the Velcro clip in the hair like this. I can take my texture 25 side of the tri-razor and hold the hair in my hand. Then I'll just take that texture 25 side and work it through either mid shaft or towards the base, depending on how thick their hair is. You just slide it down, and then you remove 25% of the hair. And I can do that throughout this cut. And so Velcro clips are cool because I can just take a bunch of hair, clip that in, hold it in my hand, and then go into it. And I'll do this all over.